Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today we're going to walk through Elton John's Your Song. Today is going to be an Elton John piano walkthrough. You can email us anytime or visit our website at contemporaryschoolofpiano.com and ask us any questions you might have about any of the content that we have on our YouTube channel, or just any questions you might have in general about music. We're more than happy to help people around the world and improve their musical journey. So this is a classic song that needs no introduction. Those opening piano chords. We hear that, we immediately know this iconic song, which Elton John wrote in 1969, which was on his second studio album called Elton John, self-titled, and it was the first track, and it was the track that basically changed his career forever and made him an overnight sensation. So we're going to start with these fantastic chords before we get into playing any melody, because really to play a song like this, you have to understand what's happening with the chords. And that's not just from a piano student perspective, that's from an understanding music perspective as well. Elton John didn't write these songs, sitting under a tree and, scratching his head and, oh, I've got a tune. He writes at the piano and he writes using chords. He gets the lyrics from Bernie Taupin. Those lyrics sit right in front of him and he puts chords to those lyrics. It's really a wonderful collaboration between chords and lyrics. And the chords are what inform the melody. That's how Elton writes, and he's been perfectly consistent with writing that way for 40, 50 years, and it's really quite an incredible way to write songs using chords. So also, Elton's a pianist, right? He's not a guitarist. So, just when songs are written on guitar, you see a lot of things like, E minor chords and, D major chords. On piano, playing chords is somewhat slightly more accessible. Getting to keys like E flat major and D flat major, they might sound like they're hard to play. If you look at a music theory book, it might tell you it's harder to play because it's got more flats in it. But that's actually not true. These chords fit the hands really well. So we're going to just start by doing a quick recap of our chords on the flats, so just to make sure you know what you're doing. So let's have a look at an E flat major chord. Have a look at that. Look at that shape. You've got E flat, B flat, and you've got the G in the middle. So the white key's in the middle. D flat major also has exactly the same shape. So you've got D flat major, E flat major, and in this song we're going to use lots of A flat majors as well. So that also has the same shape as E flat major. And then you've got B flat major, a slightly different shape. It just starts on the flat and you've got the D and the F. And of course we're going to use inversions of these chords as well. These are just good little foundations to set ourselves up with. And by the way, if you need some help with that, just go to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, and ask for our resources pack, particularly our mixture exercises, which are part of our resources pack. They'll just get you playing chord progressions confidently on the flats, and then you can play as much Elton John as you wish. So back to the song. I'm just going to play the song in a really simple chord-like way, and we're going to slowly then start to dress it up. So let's just start with the chords. This is the introduction. And this song uses something called slash chords. That's where the left hand is playing a different bass note to the chord that's in the right hand. And this is a classic technique where you keep the same note in the left hand over the right hand. In this case, it's an E flat. Go to the verse. Little bit funny, this feeling inside, not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. It's such an Elton thing now. He does a suspended fourth chord. So when you get a major chord, you just take the middle note up a semitone. So we've learnt these chords, right? We've got E flat, we've got an A flat major 7, a B flat major over a D, G minor 7, C minor over B flat, magical bass movement here. C minor over A natural, A flat major 7, E flat over B flat, B flat, G major over B, C minor. What wonderful chords. The chords tell a story, you see. That's why the chords are so important. E flat, F minor, A flat, B flat. I don't really mind what octave you play it in to start with. I mean, you don't want to go too high or too low, but just get your hands on those chords. Just to, get into that spirit of Elton, putting the chords over Bernie Taupin's words. It's such a wonderful way to think of these songs. So now we're going to use some inversions. We're going to take things up a notch now. I'm going to use some inversions, and then I'm going to add the groove that Elton adds to the song. So, for instance, what is this groove? What is the Your Song groove? It's something like this. Elton plays a block chord, and then he breaks it up with this slightly uneven rhythm, this dotted rhythm, and it sounds like this. Now, if you're not comfortable with your inversions yet, you can do this all on root chords and add the inversions later, but that's your groove. So I'm now going to play it with some chord inversions and with the groove, and I'm going to go through that introduction, verse, chorus bit with all of that. So let's try it. It's a little bit fun, just feeling inside. Second verse, same thing. Or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, and this one's for you. And that's the first and the second verse. What wonderful chords. You can see I've added that rhythm pattern and I've added inversions. Now I can hear some of you saying, but how exactly does Elton John play it? And I'm glad you've asked that question if you have. Well, I'm going to give you the real truth. I'm going to give you the answer. I'll tell you what Elton John does. He does it differently every time he plays it. Now he always plays pretty much exactly the same chords, and the structure's always exactly the same, and the words are always exactly the same, but the nuances in the difference every time he plays it is the inversions that he chooses. He might play it one night at a gig, and trust me, he's played this song like more times than you could ever count. I mean, he's played it probably more than any other song in his career. So he might start one night, at the O2, playing it in first inversion, and then that draws a different path or trajectory of inverted chords. Another night he might play it starting on a root chord. So there's no one way that he plays it. And if you want to really look at that, just go and listen to him play it throughout the years. Go onto YouTube and type Elton John Your Song live and look at the millions of recordings that come up and see how listen to how he's using different inversions every time he plays it. So be confident with your inversions. Start just by playing root chords and add inversions where it seems obvious. Now, another little improv he does when he plays this song is he adds lots of suspended seconds in an ad hoc way. What is a suspended second? Well, it's something you can squeeze onto the chord. Like if I do this on a C major chord, an easy C major, you can just see how... You see I'm just squeezing that second to the third? They don't normally teach this at school. This is like ultimate pop music gold. And by the way, it's not as easy as it looks. It takes a little bit of technical, just getting used to the fingers. You play the second chord with a bit more accent. I'm going to put it into slow motion, and then you just resolve it to the third. So you're just squeezing the second in. Now, Elton just does this all the time on his chords, and he does it ad hoc. He does it on whatever chord he feels like, and it always, works. It particularly sounds good on major chords, and sometimes it sounds really great on minor chords too. So you get this sort of effect. I'm going to add on this one. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Not one of those who can. That sounds so good on the C minor. sounds so good. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I were a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, and this one's for you. Chorus now, so let's look at the chorus chords. B flat over D, so I'm going to go simple again. B flat over D, C minor, F minor, A flat, B flat over D, C minor, F minor, A flat. Then we have the C minor thing again. C minor over B flat, C minor over A flat, and then it pauses on the A flat major 7, and then E flat over G, A flat, B flat, suspended 4th. Okay, let's go from the chorus then. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. There's a pause here, so we might just fill it up. A pause is like a temporary sort of breath in the music. So we have room to just break up that chord and play some arpeggios, just a little nice piano movement. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. So get those chords out, get the chords for whatever your favourite songs might be. Just find the chords, you can find them on the internet, providing there's not too many mistakes. Sometimes, you know, there can be that way. And you can email us anytime or visit our website at contemporaryschoolofpiano.com and ask us any questions you might have about any of the content that we have on our YouTube channel, or just any questions you might have in general about music. We're more than happy to help people around the world and improve their musical journey. There's a real good reason there why I didn't add melody, because I want you to really study the chords of this song. Sing the melody, or if you don't really want to sing it at all, you can get someone to sing it with you. Do some sing-song around the piano. Elton did not write this song for the melody to be on the piano like this. He didn't intend his music to be in a cocktail bar. Sing with the music and interact with the chords, and let that build your musical journey. And I look forward to seeing you on our next video. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.